Self Fitness. Saturday morning, and today's routine is called Elevator, which will all become clear by the time you've done the finisher. It's a little favourite of mine, it's quite reasonably enjoyable. Short bursts, quick changes, lots of kettlebell movements, a few body weight movements thrown in. Yes, it's quite enjoyable, and the finisher. All you'll need is a kettlebell or two. I would say the lighter end of the spectrum. If you've got a bit of variety in your weights, that's great. Hopefully you can get by with that. We're only working for 30 seconds. So you haven't got a rep scheme to follow, so you just do what you can at a time. The finishing challenge today, you will need a set of lights and we'll do that light again. Save the space. Right, let's get warmed up then, and I'll go through all the details. Won't you forget the rain that fell on night before the day? It was a perfect memory. Seasons will always change, but that light will never fade. It was a perfect memory. Triangle rotations next. Hips, spine and shoulders. Hinge the hips, twist the spine. hips into the spine, open up the shoulder. That's the beauty of working with time. It kind of is what you make it, really, isn't it? So, we've got 10 exercises to cycle through 4 times round. Now, a lot of them are unilateral exercises, single side kettlebell exercises. So I to work through side 1 on the first circuit. Side 1, I think kettlebell is left or right. Generally, people will go to the dominant side first, it doesn't matter. Either way is absolutely fine, but we'll call it side 1, so you work through the one side. Okay, that in itself starts to tie, your grip starts to wear, your shoulder the same size starts to fatigue. That's a little bit of a test in itself. Round 2, just swap to the side. Round 3, back to side 1, finish on side 6. Okay, so all you need to know then is each exercise. Right, let me show you. Number 1, 4 jacks to a squat burpee essentially. Okay, so it's a bit of a re-warm for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, quick jacks, burpee, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bit of a re-warm, okay? A little bit of a rest I suppose. You can recover somewhat with that one on the next round. So that's number 1. Number 2, squat thrust to single arm row. So this is probably as heavy as you'll go. So if you've got some variety in your weights, this will be the heavy one. So kettlebell between your heels. Okay, here we go. Out, in. Keep the hinge position. Okay, so like that. So my hips are back, sitting back. My torso is parallel to the ground. Again, doesn't matter which one you're going to do. Okay, so I'll show you from this side. So I'm going to stick with that same side though. Row, out, in, row. Aim to the waist. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, snatch or clean and press. Okay, we haven't got time to go, but you can spend the whole morning workshopping these exercises. Briefly, clean and press is easier, although still tough. Hand clean and press, through the thigh triangle there, rock it, and then press, okay? That's simple. If you want to do a snatch, if you can do a snatch, that's through, straight up, and much harder. That flick is of that flip. You can see it's hard to do in slow motion, but there, and then push through. It isn't just a flip over the top. Either one of them is fine. Right, next one. Windmill. If you've not done these before, definitely go right. Okay, you can get it above your head anywhere you want to. Okay, just switch your feet in the direction you're moving. So you're moving the free side, not the working side. So if I've got it in my right hand, just shift my feet to the left, just slightly. Slight bend of that big leg, make my way down to the floor if I can, if not, just as low as I can. From the side, look what's happening to the shoulder. It acts like a gyroscope. So as I go down, I'm turning away. Okay, it comes with practice. Yes, you'll hate it first, but it's one of them you'll love when you master it. It's a classic one of those exercises, windmills. You hate it and then love it. Right, next one, what do we have? Slingshots next. So slingshot, again working that same side. Okay, you do a little bit of a rotation. This hand is here, acts like a sort of a barrier. Then you're just going to rotate up, there, bring it round. Okay, so that's that little bit of torso rotation with it. Little quarter squat. Very three-dimensional exercise, that one. Okay, and then the second time you go around. Try to eliminate the knee cave on that, it's a key thing on that one. So you don't want this to happen. Okay? It's hard actually. So keep the glutes engaged. Keep an eye in the mirror. Even when you come into that. There, that's very easy to disengage the glutes and get the knees in. You're always trying to eliminate that. So it's something just to keep an eye on. Right, next one. Squat cleans. Very demanding these. Okay, so this time it's a clean but not a press. You're into a squat. Back through. Clean and squat. You're making it as fluid as you can. If you're a beginner, it's going to be very separated. So you're going to go clean, then think about it, then squat. If you're more advanced, it almost becomes one movement eventually. So there, I'm descending as I'm putting it through. This is much more dynamic. Either is fine. Okay. Next one. Oh my God, we're too horrible on the way here. This one really sticks in my head. Split squat thruster. The traditional thrusters are horrible. Split squat thrusters are even more. Split squats are vile in themselves. So again, you're going to rack it. Step back with your work inside. Remember, keep on your train tracks. Drop the knee. Up and press. Drop the knee. Up and press. Again, it's your first time on that. Believe me, go light. Okay, right. We're almost there. Two, very much upper body down. Pull over. Now you can do this. If you want it's very tough, you can do this single side as well. But again, you're not going to need anything heavy. Okay? From there, a little bit hips, engage the glute. Slight bend of the arm, turn it in this way slightly, and then pull. Back down, touch the floor. But that is really, really tough, much harder than you think. So for most people, you probably just want to go double grip for that one. Okay, double grip is fine. Then you've got your half get up. For our last two now. Half get up. So you're going to press first. So elbow, hand directly above elbow, okay, 45 degrees, so you're doing the chest press first, then you're going to lift the shoulder, then you're going to lift the other shoulder, and then finally you're going to come onto that hand. It's a half Turkish get up, and then back the way you came. Think of it as a link, it's a change, so it's elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, okay? And just keep following that. Last one. Kick around or over. Kick around. Labs. You cut them off. And you go through like that. To the side. Make it even harder. Hands free is optional. Okay, but when you've got hardly any oxygen in the lungs from the previous set of exercises, that is quite tough. Right, that's all the exercises. Let's go. Same time. Three.
Yeah, picking up and everybody's picking up. I wanna live it up, I've never been no good at ups. And I can feel the love around me, I can feel the love. It's like I'm drowning but I'm proud, I couldn't give up. Ooh, I ain't never coming to. 3 more drinks and then I'm coming on to you. 4 more lives until it's 5 and then we're through. The same cycle, but it's what I wanna do. That's what I wanna do. Woo.
Never be controlled by ego, but it's got my soul. Sticky like Chico, way to fill my hole. Straight from the needle to my head, my eyes will go. Straight from the needle, I hear those distant voices, and they get me high like heroin. I think I found my poison. Now that's my medicine. It's like a constant craving, and it gets me high like heroin. Toxic love like poison, but that's my medicine. Deep down, I don't know where I'm gonna go right, but I keep going back to you. Deep down, and I'm gonna drown in the tide. Don't mind the light of you. And anyway, I could never leave if I tried. It's pointless, what's the use? Quick stop, put it with your big and serious love, but it's subtle abuse. I hear those distant voices, and they get me high like heroin. I think I found my poison. No, that's my medicine. It's like a constant craving, and it gets me high like heroin. Toxic love like poison, but that's my medicine.
good. Okay. A light set dumbbell. It's elevator, so you're doing different. You know what chance to put their kettlebells away. Don't worry about your arms, stick them away here. You might want them anyway. Yeah, just get some light set as well. So we're doing our 3 floors for elevator. Top floor, mid floor, ground floor. Top floor, mid floor, ground floor, we're mimicking the movement, the exercise on each floor for just 20 seconds on each. Yeah, so here's your 3 floors. Your top floor is standing, your mid floor is an iso squat, and your ground floor is a high plank. So it's those 3 positions, okay, is what you're working with. And you do the same movement on each one, on each floor, okay? So, for 20 seconds at a time with seamless transitions. So exercise 1 is curls, curls standing, then down, use your knees up, reach your curl, and then down to the floor, then an alternate curl. Make sure your curl is not rowing. Okay, nice and easy. Back stood up. Lateral raise on the top floor. Lateral raise, coming out to the side, so from the middle wall on that floor, and then obviously don't attempt to do this both at once. Okay, up to the left, up to there, so you're getting more at the back on that one. Lateral raise on the ground floor. Press. Top floor, this is a nasty one. Mid floor, socks press. And then ground floor, take it to the shoulder first, and then push it out, back. Trying to keep as in line with your ears as you can. Not easy that, because it's a very weak muscle group that are holding that scapula in position and holding your shoulders back, very tough. Then we've got rows. So we have upright row, gorilla row, touching the floor, bring it into your waist, and then your renegade row to the hips. And then the last one, front raise, okay, and then front raise here, to eye level, and then front raise there, again, very tough. Those ones, a lot of the ground floor ones are all those intricate, rotator rear delts that tend to be weak on the feet. Strengthen them though, and you'll see some massive benefits. Your shoulders will become injury proof, I promise you. A lot of those sort of movements are very, very good for the shoulders. Right, 20 seconds on each.
Do you want 2s? Have you got 1s? Yeah, I've got 2s. Are you going to be using them? I'm going to use them 3. You sure? Go on then, thank you. Just shout me if you do that.
Okay, so we're starting with curls. Easy start. With a class finisher there. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing and thanks for coming over here. See you Monday. Well done.